That is not a representation of what my thought process is.
It feels like two people just trying to gaslight each other.
It took you.
And of course,
It took me reminding you that that's how I've been feeling for you to just go, yeah, I know.
and I just told you the reason why I didn't address it immediately is because I figured you'd talk to me about it. Because there have been times.
No. And also, I am allowed to actually cut in because you were cutting in
You are.
to me yesterday so many times, and you've been consistently doing that. So
Go ahead.
excuse you me, but no, because if you know that someone's in distress, which by the way, I was also like age regressed the entire call, which you also did not give a shit about. But like, you also knew that I wanted to kill myself. You come in and your priority is who snitched, who snitched, what's the name, what's the name, what's the name, getting super aggro at me, and you can't then when you're being called out now that I'm actually not the mental state of a 5-year-old for you to push around. Now that I'm talking to you as I am, you can't then go, oh, well, you know, like, I've been having issues. Yes, I've been telling you that. That's why I've been worried about you.
This
And what
really
do I
is
get
like
when
a
I'm worried? I get
gaslight
shat on.
face-off.
And if you don't want me micromanaging you, that's fine. However, and I'm saying micromanaging, quotations, doing my job would be the correct way of phrasing that. If you don't want me to do my job, I fucking won't. But I won't be in Senate. Because the way that things are conducted, especially when it's now gotten to the point where, you know, you can criticize me, but do it.
Oh, sorry. That's an interesting thing. Like, if I'm not in a position of authority, I don't want to be here at all. I would not advise 911, more so a hotline for that, because they are more equipped for it. I've never used a hotline, so I can't say, but like, I don't know. I guess if you're actively feeling suicidal, the best people to go to would be, I don't know, family, I guess. And if she really did think of Leo and his wife as family, then I guess that is the appropriate response. But you can't then weaponize it later, being like, oh, you didn't care that I feel like I wanted to kill myself. That just feels manipulative. So it feels like two manipulative people manipulating each other. But yeah.
Correctly and rightly, and not in a way that I actually do to anyone else in Senate, please. Just do it in DMs, all nice and friendly-like. If you can call other people out on their public statements, so can I, and that's indiscriminate. You can't say that you want pushback and then get mad at pushback. What makes a person a terrible person is someone who consistently does problematic actions, and instead of listening to any criticism, they get big mad about it. So do you want me to do my job, which means moderating calls indiscriminately, or do you want me to be a suck-up like the old mods?
I want you to do your job.
Or like the current mods. Sorry, I keep muting myself. Sorry. Like the current mods are doing that right now, or at least they were up until this point.
Job.
Oh, okay, that was it. Alright. Alright, finally, we're done with God damn it, this... What are they up to?
The Rosa call, and how she conducted herself in that Rosa call. What was it? Is like deeply bothered her.
Okay, so they're further along. I'm falling behind a little bit in this race to the finish line. Okay, hold on. So yeah, we had just finished the calls. I've been kind of tuning out Peaches at this point, to be honest, because all she's doing is yapping. Ugh, yeah. Alright, well thankfully that's done. We can go back to the document. Alright, continuing on. Thomas has pushed me to the point of self-harm and suicide, even up to present day, allegedly. I thought it was only me who was being affected, so I bottled it up. I wasn't always treated like shit, so I convinced myself it was fine. I was told to get over being sexually abused only a couple of months after it happened, when I was still dealing with the PTSD flashbacks of it. I was told I let my groomer get to other people because I didn't realize what he did to me until I was 21 years old and lost his information. I'll let Kumo and Vlad speculate on that. For Thomas to then backtrack when I told other people what he said and pretend it never happened. Recalling how he spoke to that victim in 2023, how he used that same language against me 8 months straight, how he defended Kumo. God damn it! She is still... Okay, Peaches, you know this isn't true! Why are you still telling this lie? Why are you still telling this lie, Peaches? You don't have my good graces right now. How he defended Kumo pushing a girl to self-harm in February 22nd of 2023. How he's treated my friends, and recently how he has been using ableist language to justify the Rosa call and to justify embarrassing Raven. Oh yeah, how he was using ableist language. Peaches, you are totally trying to push all of the blame off of yourself and onto him. Oh, the copium. Because Kumo was mean to her. Peaches, you know that's not true, so why are you still saying that lie? Yeah, no, I can't. This is why I don't feel sympathy for her, because in this, she is still trying to lie about people. Peaches, this is why everything you're saying here, I have to take at face value. I don't believe a lot of it. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. They were manipulative and abusive to each other. That much is clear. Crystal clear. Anyway, after that point, I distanced myself from Thomas since rewatching the recording of the call. I distanced myself since rewatching the recording of the call I made, to protect myself after warnings from the mods. It made me reflect on how I've been treated for the past 2 years. I thought I could collect— it hasn't even been 2 years, according to you. It's been like a year and a half. I thought I could collect myself and understand how best to cut him off softly in a way he wouldn't blow up. But it seems even just staying with a group of friends away from Senate and Leo Convoy was too much for him. I found out Thomas has been going around to commentary channels before and after this point, saying his own outrageous beliefs and passing them off as mine, claiming he solely changed Senate after the Rosa call despite me being yelled at and belittled for months after the call when I begged him to restructure the server, and creepiest of all, to me, he pretended him and I were still close and familial. We haven't been family for a while. But Thomas would refuse to give me that space and made me feel uncomfortable, made me feel unsafe correcting that. Thomas didn't want the public to know he mistreated yet another family member. Pages, you also mistreated these quote-unquote family members. Don't even try to distance yourself from that. But yeah, this is exactly what I was saying earlier, Shade. This is what I was talking about. Because he was getting bitchy and upset at Crystal and, Dorito for putting daughter in, or for people in their server putting daughter in quotations when it hasn't been true for a while now, apparently. And he did the same thing with Jordan. He was going around publicly trying to make it out like, well, okay, I'll eat crow. Enlaa was cooking earlier. My bad, Enlaa. Yeah, you put in your place. You get put in your place, you filthy little weasel. I'm just kidding. You're cool, Shade. I love you. But not like that. I love you as a friend. No homo. Yeah, but no, that's entirely fucked. And again, he was doing the same thing with Jordan for months. Like, trying to be like, that's my kid. Hence the kid down the hallway. You know, shit like that. Don't make me come in there. You can't. You can't. You can't. But also, I'm deafened, so it wouldn't really do much anyway. Whew. But yeah, this is, yeah, it's a lot so far. I have so much regret for not seeing through his persona sooner. I always brushed it off as it just being an issue with me, and that I deserved everything I got, especially with how Thomas would seem genuinely nice when whenever he wasn't being questioned. Yeah, love bombing. When the call in February of 2023 happened, I was shaken to my— what call? Which call? When the call of February 2023, is this like the Jibs call? Okay, I was shaken to my core and regressed and forgot most of everything. How convenient. Including the fact that I was the one who had the recording. Oh, how convenient. How convenient you just magically forgot everything. Everything that you would require in order to call this shit out. How convenient you forgot all of it. Oops, just a memory problem. Oopsies. Big oopsies. I feel stupid, honestly. You should. Thomas would go to such extremes to make me feel unsafe. And that I had to be around. In the first 8 months, my known suicidal ideation would be used as an excuse by Thomas to threaten me with police visits and being put away for a while if I stopped responding to or hung up on Thomas when he was screaming at me. I could have— you know what? I don't doubt it. But it's also alleged still. I could have just refused to listen and plead a case for myself if Thomas did this, but at the time, I was freshly out of an abusive relationship and was constantly pushed to regression. I know better now. Do you, though? You're still lying about things. I don't think you know better now. Memory skill issue. Alright, what I missed, boys? You missed a lot. We're reading a statement from Hopeless Peaches themselves. Thomas, a real father wouldn't yell and scream at family. A real father wouldn't use their kids' trauma against them as a means of winning petty arguments. A real father wouldn't threaten to divorce his own wife to keep their kids in check. Peaches! Peaches! You're the one who was bragging about that! Peaches, you were the one who was bragging about him doing that. You can't sit here and try to distance yourself from that when you were completely complicit in that. Yeah, Thomas Guerrera is Leo. A real father wouldn't make graphic sexual comments while they're age regressing and begging you to stop. Hell, a real father wouldn't take months, multiple scoldings, being cut off, and having your entire script reworked just to respect their family's gender, only to keep calling me your dear daughter, despite me being neither a woman nor part of your family. Stop pretending we're close, stop pretending you're looking out for me, stop pretending we're in contact, full stop. I mean, you were in contact up to, like, the 25th, so I don't know. You told me many times that the reason you never had real kids, biological or adopted, was because you knew you would have... Sorry, I don't know what to say to that. Again, it's alleged. You told me many times... Oh my god. Ain't no way. You told me many times that the reason you never had real kids, biological or adopted, was because you knew you would abuse them. If you know this, stop beating down on vulnerable victims of sexual abuse and instead get some goddamn help. Oh my god. Also, stop pretending you care about victims of grooming. You found the information of my groomer, and all you did was use my abuse against me, play it down because it wasn't Joshua Vita, and tell me straight you only desired to make fun of my groomer in a Senate call, not help to report his predatory actions. And you blame me, a victim of his, for his potential other predatory actions? I've deleted everything to be away from you and to finally find myself. Respect that. Do not contact me. Oh, there's more. Okay. God damn. Again, we have to take everything Peaches says with a grain of salt. Okay, there's a little footnote here. Age regression. For those who don't know to understand this statement, Thomas included apparently, it is a trauma response in which the brain shuts down and reverts to an earlier developmental stage. For me, I regress to points about around 5 or 10 years old mentally. It is extremely damaging to talk to somebody age regressing in a way you wouldn't talk to an actual child, as it can result in re-traumatizing said regressor. Thomas knew all of this and chose to abuse it. Oh boy, a lot of this does feel like sympathy seeking. But yeah, I don't know. Note, this testimony has nothing to do with Jay and Jordan's claims. I could go into detail about how it's flatly disgusting to knowingly run to Fox Mafia and people who have said or platformed videos saying how I should be sexually assaulted. I cannot comment one way or the other on the specificities of their relationship with Thomas Guerrera, as I was never present for it. That being said, I won't just dismiss the fact that Thomas has been an abuser. To the usual suspects who have been stalking me for nearly half a decade now, who will certainly be laughing reading all this, like the last time I was abused, I'm sorry after 4 years your only topic is gone now. Hope you find a new way to make rent. Okay. Doesn't downplay trauma for easy money, my ass! That's because no one takes your trauma seriously, Peaches. I'm sorry. Holy shit. Live for that soundboard. Jesus Christ. That's, and we're not even done yet. There's quite a bit more to go through. Jesus Christ. It's a lot. Also, Omnia commented all that. Also, Omnia, it wasn't not Omnia. Peaches, it wasn't about your trauma. It was about somebody else's trauma, to be fair. Trauma baiting? The freaking Vine boom. No, this wasn't way before the Rosa call. I think this was around the time that Omnia found out about the call. So that lines up. Are you sure? I'm not even sure. This is why vague tweeting always comes back to backfire you. Or backfire against you. Allegedly, not even the pedophile hunter took her grooming seriously. Oh, boy. Alright, I feel like we should go into the things that Crystal said. So there are some, just for the sake of posterity, we can go through some of these statements made by Jibs. Okay, yeah, that they don't give permission for anyone to speak on it right now, which I tried to avoid as best as I could. I'm directly supporting them as we speak. Do not use his story, as he has given nobody permission to talk about it. Sorry, I'm going through all the ones that he sent. In response to Lumi's comment, Jibs asserts that Lumi has no justification for feeling sick about the current situation, as Lumi, along with 2 others, inappropriately appropriated the personal story of a victim, Jibs, and attempted to manipulate it for their own gain, which is true. Lumi says, I privated the call, but I'm not going to be present for any kind of discussion, and neither will Aaron. Alright, I'll relay that then. I'm sorry, truly am, that it went that far, but I'm not going to get into a call about a situation where I'm genuinely getting sick. I mean, I don't doubt that, but yeah, it was definitely a mistake to try and air that out without Jibs' permission. Update. Jibs has granted permission for the discussion of the leaked aspects of their personal story, as they have successfully reclaimed control over certain elements of the narrative through a live stream. In light of this development, Jibs and I will be collaborating on a video that aims to address the situation comprehensively. We anticipate releasing this video within the next 8 hours. Please note that if you have any inquiries or concerns regarding this matter, we encourage you to contact either myself or Jibs directly. We are both available to address any questions you may have, and provide further clarification as needed. Oh, wait, okay, it's just... Crystal! You don't have to keep... Okay. Crystal, you don't gotta send me, every tweet in the same thread. I'll see the thread. But yeah, if you guys have anything else you wanted me to look over real quick, any recent developments, I can do that, but I might just end it here, cause, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, everybody was fucking talking about it this morning. God damn it. I guess you can see Omnia's response, I guess? Oh yeah, that's a good point. We'll go to Omnia's Twitter. Okay. This is Omnia's response to what Peach said at the end of their document. Omnia says, so apparently Hopeless Peaches left one last note to conclude their time in the Senate server. They detail their experiences, stating they were abused by Leo Convoy. While I undoubtedly believe that they were, that doesn't exonerate their actions while being a part of the Senate. Exactly. Because they were still complicit in a lot of that. That's like the perfect thing to say right now. At the end of the note, Peaches also somehow managed to get in one final jab at me, and I feel compelled to address how they used this note to try and twist my intentions. You know what's funny? That tweet wasn't even about either of them. Look at the date, January 30th, 2024. I wasn't made aware of the call until after the Rosa call was posted publicly on YouTube February 2nd, and only found out about Hopeless Peaches and Leo Convoy's involvement in it on February 6th. Below is my first tweet about the situation on 206. Peaches try again. Right, the archive. Ayo, the amount of shit that's coming out about Hopeless Peaches, that Rebel Rosie, that Rebel Aaron recently is so crazy. People screaming at people in VC, going on abusive tirades, insulting their looks. I can actually see if I can fact check this real quick. Let me see. Yeah, I can confirm, because I remember this. That's right, yeah. 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 Me and Omnia both learned about at the same time after we watched your stream, exactly. And that was on the 6th and the 7th, somewhere in between that. So, yeah, this would be accurate. I do remember that, yeah. And that's how Omnia found out about it. So, okay. So far that checks out. You want further proof I wasn't making a video on Helpless Peaches and Leo Convoy in January? There you go. I'm sorry about their terrible experience in the Senate, but this is perfect proof that Peaches looks for things to accuse me of that are not true. Respectfully, stay gone. So yeah, it was about someone named Mari Akutsu. January 16th by Omnia. Transcripts. Yep. That checks out. IDK Peach's life, maybe they needed the Rosa VC to be publicized for them to recognize Leo Convoy as an abuser. I don't know. I needed to get my face beaten to realize my abuser was an abuser. It happens differently for different people. I'm just confused why I'm mentioned at all. Me too, Omnia. Me too. Let's close some of these. I think we're done with Leo Bingo. So if anybody got a bingo during that, congratulations. But we'll close that for now. But, oh boy. Apparently there is a big call happening in the Senate right now. My one takeaway from all of this is that Peaches really needs a new hobby. Sad now we'll never have Peaches Bingo. It's probably for the best. I remember you screeching at me during that time. You should be thanking me. Oh wait, what? What was I screeching at you for? I don't doubt it. I probably was. Apparently someone named Cartoon She made a statement, but I don't know who that is. All of your opinions are invalid until a Fromentator has made a response. Oh, boy, oh boy. Oh, Villanella, that's mean. Don't send that tweet.